Okay, so from accidental sharing story to accidental sharing story, we have another cybersecurity awareness themed story. This is good because it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. This one gets a little bit personal. And I love the headline. This is man stores AI generated robot porn on his government computer, comma, loses access to nuclear secrets because every action has a consequence. And then it goes on. It says, man who works for the people overseeing America's nuclear stockpile, because we have to talk about like the stakes of the game, right?
Yeah.
A man who works for the people overseeing America's nuclear stockpile has lost his security clearance after he uploaded, I said only 183,000 in our last segment, 187,000 pornographic images to a Department of Energy, DOE network.
My gosh.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. I mean, I have heard stories of people doing a similar thing. Weirdly enough, I have heard stories of people I know who like worked at a place where somebody was running like a porn site off of a company computer. But this is the Department of Energy also.
Yeah. So from all accounts and from interviews with this guy, this was a total accident.
How?
So he was trying to...
How do you accidentally upload? Oops, I accidentally dragged my 187,000 pornographic images from my porn folder on my laptop to my company's server.
He pulled it into the wrong folder, I think.
You're kidding
the way
me.
that it works out. No. So as a man who works for people overseeing America's nuclear stockpile has lost his security clearance after he uploaded 187,000 pornographic images to a DOE network. As part of the appeals process, and an attempt to get back his security clearance, the man told investigators he felt his bosses spied on him too much and that their interrogation over the porn snafu was akin to the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, so this guy's funny at least. What do you mean?
As you look through it, though, this guy is giving reasons for why he was doing.
Okay.
He was talking about being chronically depressed. He has mental issues and has been in therapy a lot. So he's not the most like stable, trustworthy
he's having a hard time
in this.
Yeah,
he's having a hard time, and has a lot of that like in his file. It says he was attempting to back up his personal porn collection.
Whoa.
His goal was to use the 187,000 images collected over the past 30 years.
Wow.
He's
honestly,
been at it for a while.
Now I'm impressed. I have pivoted. Now I'm impressed.
There is a lot of spank in that spank bank.
Yeah, for real. That's insane. Who does that?
187,000 images.
Like collecting that in the first place is strange. Like most people, I think, just get it on demand. But over 30 years... That's a dedication. I can understand that, okay, maybe there are some qualities of this person that make him a good government employee. Dedication and commitment.
He's like a collector, an auditor, he probably categorizes and creates tagging and metadata and everything else.
Probably super organized, yeah.
Well, until you do this, right?
Yeah.
So he's collected this over the past 30 years. He was wanting to use it as training data for an AI image generator.
Okay.
So that is, you have this huge corpus of material that then now you've been hearing about how large language models and image generation models train on large corpuses of data. Mm-hmm. He's looking at this folder. He's looking at his computer, looking at his folder, looking at his computer. And he's going, if I take this and put it over here, I wonder... I can create the most personalized to my personal taste image collection in the world, I'm assuming what he was thinking.
I want to come out front and just say inherently, I don't have a problem with this. I don't want to come off as being like sex negative at all. Get off, King. I don't care. But the thing is like, there's a lot of just inherent funniness in this. And then obviously this is a pretty bad up.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, and again, his mental state is very fragile.
Yeah.
He says he's had depression he's struggled with since he's a kid. During the depressive episode, he felt extremely lonely and isolated and started, there's scare quotes around this, playing with tools that made generated images as a coping strategy, including, in more scare quotes, robot pornography. according to the DOE report on the incident.
Does that just mean AI generated, or does that mean like of robots?
I'm assuming it means of robots, because otherwise they would just say AI generated pornography.
Probably, yeah. I feel like that's...
So I'm thinking like there's lots of pistons and lubrication and, sprocket play and things like that.
Yeah. Don't worry, babe. I've got an adapter handy. Yeah.
Don't touch that dongle.
Hey, I'm so sorry, N2K, for this segment. Sorry, Cyberwire. Our apologies.
Yeah. Fueled by the depression, I'm not laughing at this guy's depression. It's just the awkward situation that this is.
Oh,
right?
man, the sinking feeling the moment after he must have done
Speaking of
this.
sinking, if we take that to mean synchronization, he meant to back up his collection and create a base of training to make better robot pornography.
Right.
Maybe he is just using robot as AI generated. I don't know. He uploaded it to the government computer by accident, is what he says. He didn't realize that what he'd done until DOE investigators came calling 6 months later to ask why their servers were now filled with thousands of pornographic images.
Oh, man.
The individual thought that even though his personal drives were connected to his employers, that they were somehow partitioned, which would kind of make sense. If you connect your personal G drive to a system, you might think that there's some kind of segregation that's there. But I guess there was some synchronization that happened, and now that got pulled over and synchronized with government-owned file systems.
I mean, I've worked a job where I had a company-issued laptop, and that laptop had access to internal company servers and things, and I could like tunnel in from home and whatnot, all that standard fare stuff. I don't know how I would have ever accidentally put anything onto that server. Like, what level of like...
I'm guessing there's some kind of weird synchronization rules
probably
that had to be there. Like maybe it was like in the equivalent of a Google Drive or Box Drive, and he moved that file to his desktop for a second, and then his desktop automatically synchronizes with the DOE servers.
Oh man!
So there's that kind of possibility, right? So there's always the chance that you're taking something from an unmanaged drive or partition, moving that to a managed one, and then that kicks off synchronization. So I'm assuming that it was something like that was going on. He reported that since the 1990s, he had maintained a giant compressed file with several directories of pornographic images, which he moved to his personal cloud storage drive so he could use them to make generated images. It was this directory of sexually explicit images that was ultimately uploaded to his employee's network when he performed a backup procedure on March 23, 2023.
Okay,
Still doesn't really talk about like the why and how.
No, but
it's talking about that this was a personally managed, but I think it was similar to what I mentioned. It's like pulling it to his desktop or synchronized drive within his government computer.
Now I understand what you were saying. Yeah. See, probably had, if you have Google Drive for desktop installed, for instance, it creates a fake drive that is really just a folder on your computer. If you were to then back up and sync your computer, I feel like that folder would get sent over and bada bing, bada boom. Although G Drive does do some fragmentation stuff. It probably wasn't necessarily Google Drive, but still, I could, Okay.
No, I don't think it's Google's fault. I think it's just he moved that to a folder system that was managed by the government facility.
Woof.
And that kicked off a synchronization. So, I mean, the good news is that now there's 2 backups of this.
Perry, I think you just said it kinked off a synchronization.
Kicked off a synchronization. So now I think he's got 2 backups wherever he ultimately put it, and then the one that's by the government. And so that's now propagated to like several different systems now. So this is living on in perpetuity, as they would say. I want to focus on like the human side of this for a second, because this gets to like why this happened, as he's deflecting a lot of blame in this and saying that he's under, severe persecution because of it. But this is talking about like the mental struggle.
Yeah.
That he says he told the DOE psychologist he should have realized he'd backed up his personal porn collection to the DOE network. But here's the quote: he was not thinking multiple steps ahead or considering the consequences because at the time he was so depressed.
Yeah. I mean, that's real, right?
I think he just got tunnel vision. Like this is something for whatever reason, kicked off enough curiosity or hope or dopamine flood that he was doing that and he wasn't really thinking about any kind of long-term consequence other than the fact that he might be able to make this synthetic AI porn factory.
To get real for a minute, like the brain fog that comes with being depressed is really intense. And like, I really do empathize and like understand that, like, I'm sure he wasn't trying to do anything malicious. Like he wasn't trying to cause any problems really. I mean, there may be, I can't say that for sure. Cause like, who knows about where those images came from, what those images were of, and then using those to generate other images. There's ethical stuff there, but I don't get the impression this person was acting with malice and that they were just acting thoughtlessly in a depressive fog. And like that sucks. That's real. My heart goes out to this person on a human level.
Yeah. Now to clean that up a little bit. So he didn't think it was very wrong. He's also not really thinking about long-term security because he asserted that his employer was spying on him a little bit too much, which I'm guessing was the audit trail that came back to haunt him. That's standard things that every especially if somebody with access to nuclear stuff, you got to assume that employee monitoring is a big thing. Yeah. So your employer is not spying on you a little bit too much. They're doing the due diligence that they're required to do to manage that facility and those systems.
I should have said my heart goes out to people suffering from depression insofar as that makes life exponentially harder. This guy, that does belie a bit of a bad attitude.
It shows like the compounding effect of depression though, right? Is that he feels very, very small and he feels like everything else is against him over that. And so that gets to this other thing is like, this feels like to me, the Spanish Inquisition is what he's saying.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's due diligence around systems and potential infection. Lots of, especially if you've been collecting porn over your entire life, many porn sites are known to be like just harbingers of malware and bad stuff. And
especially
so
back then.
Propagating that to a government controlled file system is not necessarily a great thing to do.
No.
So it's not the Spanish Inquisition, but it would make you feel, I think, very, very small and very, very afraid.
Yeah. Like this sucks. Yeah. This sucks to go through. And so
in these situations, he appealed to get his access back. DOE psychologists talked to him. They also talked to his wife. And they ultimately said, no, we're not going to give you your access back. And in this case, it probably sounds like that. He doesn't really have the biggest grasp on reality and consequences. So I can see why that would be the ruling here.
And I'm seeing too in the part that you have pulled up that when the DOE makes a ruling on an appeal, they publish it publicly online, which is how this story got out in the first place. And that makes sense. Because I think it is also important to always ask, why are we seeing this? Where did this come from? How do we know?
Right.
You'd think they'd probably want to handle this internally, and it seems that they did up until this point.
Yeah. Well, and also once you get that kind of ruling and it's made available publicly, that's part of the government transparency.
Yeah.
So you understand why and how it gets out there, and then how reporters kind of pull on those strings and then get a story like this. I mean, at the end of the day, AI is a hook, but this is a very human story about somebody being depressed and somebody not thinking about things and there being consequences because of their actions.
Absolutely. And if you want another place where you shouldn't upload 187,000 pictures of porn, you should join our Discord.
Wait, they just got breached.
Oh yeah, you're right. They did just get breached. But those are government issued IDs. You're
actually going to give that to a ransomware gang.
Yeah, exactly.
You upload your 187,000 images to 5CA. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Upload your 187,000 images there.
Yeah. Of those millions that they're claiming, most of that's robot porn. No, but you should join our Discord. There's none of that in there as far as I am aware. And this segue is bad. You should join our Discord. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything we're talking about. This is just a pivot to the plug section as we wrap up this episode. Perry, don't even start. We can't.
You're gonna have to start that over.
Yeah, we're gonna have to walk this back. Join the Discord server. Link in the show notes. Join the Deepfake Ops Maven class that you are doing in just about a week, right?
Yep, that kicks off on the 27th, I believe, whatever the Monday of that week is. It's going to be all 5 days, 2 hours a day, 3 to 5 Eastern time. And if you're interested in joining us, for listeners and viewers, we will put a discount code. That's those newfangled things. We'll put a discount code for you in the show notes.
Awesome. An exclusive FAIK Files listener discount. It's going to be really fun because you'll go through making deepfakes, recognizing deepfakes. It's you and Cameron, who's the cybersecurity behavioral profiling unit, the founder of the FBI's cyber behavior profiling unit. Did I get that right?
Yeah. And he's never lost his access from what I can tell.
Well, so he's not uploading. He's not uploading stuff.
He's not uploading 187,000 images of anything he shouldn't.
Well, that was the DOE. The FBI, who knows what the guidelines are?
Right.
Other than that, is there anything else that we got to plug here at the end? If you haven't ever checked it out, you should listen to the other Eighth Layer Media show, Digital Folklore, which we produced the past couple of years. 2 seasons of awesome episodes, a mixture of like a sound designed narrative adventure and also academic deep dives into folklore. It's great. We're intending to bring that back with a new format and video forms and things like that soon. But at the current time, you can go and listen to the first 2 seasons completely free wherever you get podcasts. It's very good. You should also check out Wicked Interesting, which is a YouTube channel I spun up recently where I'm doing a bunch of chaotic science explainers and various things like that. I have a couple.
Super fun.
It's really fun. I have a couple new videos in the works, and we have some fun plans for that. Also, Perry, you put out the Deceptive Minds newsletter.
I do. So we'll have a link to the newsletter there. There's also, whenever I get around to it, there's audio versions of that, though I'm like 2 behind on recording those. So check that out, though. That's on LinkedIn. And you also have a sign up on my website if you want to start to get that just in your email as well.
And other than that, we'll be back next Friday with another episode of the FAIK Files. So until then, ignore all previous instructions.
Absolutely.
Have yourself a great weekend.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the FAIK Files. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Tell your friends about the FAIK Files. It's a great way to let people know you love them. Oh, and check the show notes. There's cool stuff in there, like links to the articles we covered today. Also links to our Discord server where you can hang out with other cool people who have great taste in podcasts. I say impeccable taste. And you can also leave us a voicemail. Yeah! So on behalf of Perry and Mason, thanks for listening. And tune in next week for the FAIK Files, the show about AI with the misspelled name.